Good evening, everybody. We're about to begin. Good evening, everybody. We're about to begin. We're just going to take a minute to let everybody in from the waiting room. Welcome to our Tikkun Leil Shavuot, our opening program. We're all very excited to be here. We're going to welcome our guest artists in just a moment. And we'll take really just 1 minute. Welcome everyone to our Tikkun Leil Shavuot. I think 3 minutes of Jewish late time is a good amount of time to wait. I would like to introduce our guest artists for tonight. Before I do, I want to thank and welcome all of our participating congregations tonight. So Temple B'nai Or has hosted again. We would like to welcome the Jewish Federation of Greater Metro West, the Metro West Israeli Community, Adat Shalom of Morris Plains, Congregation Beth Hatikva of Summit, Congregation Beth Torah of Florham Park, Congregation B'nai Israel of Basking Ridge, Morristown Jewish Center Beit Israel, Temple Beth Am of Parsippany, Temple Shalom of Sakasana, and NCJW West Morris. It's so nice to have everybody here, and I am beyond excited and honored to welcome tonight's guest artist, who goes by the name LaLa Tamar. And if you indulge me, I will read her biography to you, and then I will send it away and let her lead us in beautiful song tonight. Also, before I read her biography, I just want to say a few just very simple Zoom instructions, which we have all become quite accustomed to, but we will all remain muted during the concert because unfortunately Zoom does not permit for us to sing together, but we are all happy to see your video cameras and see you singing while you're muted and participating, and this is going to be quite exciting music, so feel free to use your body and clap and snap and dance and do whatever works for you, but we will remain muted through the concert. At the end of the concert, we're going to receive instructions for the remainder of the evening by our executive director, Barbara, and so I am finally ready to say, that I'm so happy to welcome LaLa Tamar. In the Moroccan tradition, LaLa is the respectful lady of the house. Tamar was born in Israel's Galilee to a Brazilian Moroccan parents. LaLa Tamar discovered the mystery of the ancient Ladino hymns of her heritage when she was in her early 20s. Ladino, and more specifically Heketia, a unique dialect spoken among the Jews of Spanish Morocco, perfectly fit Tamar's hybrid identity. A woman rooted deeply in the cultural seam between Latin and Arab, Jewish and Muslim, between East and West. Tamar took to studying Moroccan and invested long hours uncovering old ethnographic recordings of Jewish Moroccan women singing Heketia from the National Archive in Jerusalem. Painstakingly transcribing the lyrics, Tamar's journey to reclaim her heritage began. She delved deeper and deeper into these ancient melodies, becoming the first artist to start compiling an artistic album in this unique dialect. Tamar had to smuggle the recordings out of Jerusalem out of the Hebrew University by recording them on her cell phone, and was soon picked up by the Jerusalem band Zaluk. Although they first set out to sing in classic Ladino, it soon became clear to Tamar that her voice and identity find their deepest expression in Heketiya and Moroccan. The ancient hymns from the archives started to claim new life in a modern live show, and the band tours all over Israel. In parallel to her work with Zaluk, Tamar joined forces with Israeli flamenco maestro Ofer Ronen to complete the trio Ancient Groove, and performed with them all over Europe, including gigs in Spain, Holland, Portugal, and Israel. Tamar is also active in the Jerusalem collective Andalusius, noted for their rendition of Algerian classic Hezbani that has made digital waves, facilitating communication with Moroccan and Algerian fans every day. Tamar and Andalusius flew to Morocco in 2018 for a historical tour, performing in Essaouira, the capital of classical Moroccan music. Since then, enthusiasm for Tamar's voice and presence in her mother's birthplace continues to grow every day. In 2017, Tamar approached Ori Winokur, one of Israel's most established producers, Asaf Avidan and the Mojos, Lola Marsh, etc., to create a new album in Heketiya. An explosive creative connection was established. Tamar bringing her powerful voice and feminine presence with her unique foothold in the lost language of Heketiya, and Ori bringing cutting-edge pop music production and dance floor groove. Eventually, Zaluk band parted ways, and of this encounter, the new identity of LaLa was born. As she dove deeper into the intense studio work, LaLa's striking presence started getting noticed by the film industry. She was casted for acclaimed director Amos Gitai's film, A Tramway in Jerusalem, alongside Israel's top tier of actors, Yael Bekassis, Yuval Sharf, Achinom Noanini, where she sings in Hebrew Heketiya with her traditional Krakeb Castanets in the film's closing scene. This year, she will perform in another role in Gitai's upcoming feature, and will have a main role at the upcoming Moroccan musical by Gabriel Ben Simchon, The Road to Jerusalem. An intense year in the studio alongside concerts and tours in Morocco, performing with Oli Portel and stages around the world, has brought about the debut album. LaLa set to be released on May 29, 2020. A new hybrid creation that draws from the well of ancient women's tradition with an unapologetic attitude that brings about a new genre on the scene of world music, pop and dance music. Moroccan glam, Ladino pop, Heketiya world fusion, call it what you may. LaLa transcends genres to meet the listeners directly through their hearts and hips, embodying a cultural mission to not only preserve but reinvent a language and tradition that was nearly buried. And with that, I am so honored and excited to welcome our guest tonight. I am personally touched by the style. It is my own background that she brings to the forefront of our Jewish connection, and I'm so very happy to give it away to you. Tamar, bevakasha.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Shalom. Shavuot Sameach. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much. And thank you, Kentor Galit, for having us and for reading the full biography, which is different from what we're gonna be doing here today. I have Shakib Jilali. We have Shakib Jilali with us, and Saeed Abdullawi. Sorry. And we are actually currently in Essaouira, which is on the coastline of the Atlantic Ocean in Morocco. Can you all hear me well? Yeah, okay, great. That's great. And I think it's better that we start with the music and then we'll talk some more. And I will just say Chag Sameach and wish for peace and health in this world for all of us. يا نختار هشكيني يا نختار هشكيني يا نختار هشكيني يا فامر اي خرقيني بعنايك لبابتيني أخوتي خلاك أنا دباير حسدي أدوني عوزي ومعوزي ومنوسي منت ملكي بخوسي أهلل لخير أهلل خيم ظالم حنون نعمان رحمان بكل زمان زهو الزين يعجبني سر العينين والحواجب لما قالولين يا السمار يا زين الغالي ويا يما الله الله يا السمار وعلى فراقك ما نصبر الله الله يا السمار وعلى فراقك ما نصبر لدور غدور وديعة اموناتك وحسد خايمتي لما جن بعدي الله الله يا السماء وعلى فراقك ما نصبر الله الله يا السماء وعلى فراقك Okay, so we started with a piyut called En Day Ba'el, or in Arabic Yalesmar, and it's a really one of my favorite piyutim, and I just want to explain a little bit about what we're gonna hear tonight, because I'm sure that not many people are known with this culture that we're dealing with. So the Jewish Magharba, the Jewish Moroccans, used to sing the piyutim, their chants, their Jewish chants that you probably all know, with a melody that was already sang in Arabic. So they were actually singing the same songs that they would hear around them all over, that were sang in Arabic, but just put the words of their piyutim on the same songs. So what you just heard right now was a really good example for that, for a song that the Jews were used to sing, the Muslim used to sing. It's the same melody. It sounds pretty much the same, but the languages are different. So my name is Tamar, as Cantor Galit has already told you, and I've been searching through this legacy, through this culture of, actually, yeah, my heritage through the past many years, and trying to learn this tradition was a big journey for me, because in Israel this tradition was kept mostly, as you probably know, by in a religious context and by men. So the woman would not sing it. So it was it took a long time and a lot of digging, a lot of searching to find this knowledge, and to learn it as a woman. And I feel, for me, of course, I feel it's important that the woman will sing it, and I'm sure many of you will, I hope many of you will agree with me, because it's such an amazing tradition, an ancient tradition that we must not forget. So I heard that you were singing Yedid Nefesh, or you were taught the text of Yedid Nefesh. Is that right, Cantor Galit? Most of you. And I want to share with you the melody that we as Moroccan Jews sing Yedid Nefesh. I'm sure it's a bit different than what you know. I can say that as a little girl, it was really strange for me to hear my family pray, to hear these melodies. I was never considering this as a music. I was always considering this as, this prayer that comes before food, and you sit in front of the food and you're just waiting to eat until they finish to sing, and it would just make you more make a big gap between you and the food, most of the time. And after I grew up, I realized that this rich tradition has so much to offer, and started learning it. So Yedid Nefesh, in our Moroccan tradition, it goes like this. We'll wait for Said. Yedid Nefesh. This, you probably know, was written by Rabbi Elazar Zekeri in the 16th century. And you know the words. Maybe you can join us. Okay. Yedid nefesh avhar haman mishoch avdach el retzonach ya LaLa ירוץ עבדך כמו אייל ישתחווה מול הדרך יא LaLa כי ערב לו ידידותך מנוף עצוב וכל טעם יא LaLa הדור נאה זבהה עולם יא LaLa נפשי חולת أنا إلنا رفعنا لا بهار أطلام نعم زباح يا LaLa אז תתחזק ותתרפא והייתה לך שמחת עולם יא LaLa ותקיימו רחמך וחוסנה על בן אהובה כי זכר נחשוף לראות בתפארת עוזך אנא אלי מחמד ליבי חוסנה ואל תתעלם יגלנה ופרוס חביב עלי את סוכת שלומה תאיר ארץ מכבודך נהילה ונשמחה בה מהר אהוב כי במועד Okay. So I can't hear you. Um, I'm counting you that the sound is on you that the sound is good, and I'm sure this is different from how you are used to sing it, and you can probably imagine that for a little girl or for a little kid it might be very, I guess, very far away and not so communicative as, I mean, for kids to be drawn to understand. But as I grew up, I realized that this feels to me home, and I want to sing to you a beautiful song that's a very famous piyut by Rabbi Israel Najara. It's called the Ala Yala. You probably know it. So this piyut was written in Tzfat in the 16th century, and it's the most popular piyut in the Jewish world. Apparently, it has the most melodies that were composed, the most compositions that were ever composed to a piyut. And the Moroccan Jews put it in a very simple way. They put it on a shabi song, which means it's a folk song that was written by Abdesadek Shkara. The song in Arabic is called Ana Dini Din Allah, which means that God is my faith, my religion. And just me personally, I think 5 different melodies, 5 different versions, compositions, just for these words, for Ya Allah, Ya Allah. So the Iraqis sing it in a different way, the Ashkenazis sing it in a different way, the Algerians, of course, and we Moroccans, just in the Moroccan tradition, has 5 different melodies for this piyut, for this beautiful piyut. And I chose this one by Abdesadek Shkara because I think it's a really beautiful one, and it's one of the first piyutim that I've studied when I started. And I will sing it in Hebrew and in Darija, in Moroccan Arabic. So you can hear the similarities. Sometimes it's even hard to define how close these languages are, how brothers and sisters, if you can say, they are. So, Ana Dini Din Allah. Okay. So, I wanted to tell you that the first time I came to perform in Morocco in the Andalusian Festival was actually in this place, in this beautiful place in Essaouira. And these two nice gentlemen were also there.
Thank you so much, Tamar.
And it's an amazing, it's kind of hard to believe this experience to come here in this Andalusian festival, because you really get to see the coexisting, the way that people used to live here in Essaouira especially, but in Morocco in generally together. I mean, Shakib and Saeed know
Thank you so much, Tamar.
a lot
Thank you
of repertoire of Jewish songs, living with, knowing a lot of people, a lot of Jews in their lives, knowing all these songs that I sing, some of them in Hebrew. It's a way that they grow up here. So I'm living here now for the time being, and I'm creating my music. I'm learning here some more of the tradition, the old tradition that coming from here, and that was also involving the Jews and the music that was involved in the lives of the Jews here. And this is for me an example for the whole world. And I feel I have to say this with really deep prayers for peace and health for everybody. And just to say that there is this example, it exists, and it's not obvious to come here as a Jewish woman, I'm sure, but there it is. It's happening. I'm so blessed to be here with you. And there is a song that was written by Sheikh Muiju, which is called Yahudu Muslimin. A really sweet song saying, Yahudu Muslimin kunu fahamin, Ishaq wa Ismail khalaqhum Rabbil Alamin. Ishaq wa Ismail was created by the Creator, so we are all one big family. And I would like to sing this song to you. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop you here for a minute. I'm not sure if you've ever seen a violin played on the knee to make a noise. So I know if you didn't, but this is the way, the traditional way how it was played before. This is how it came through from the kamanja. It's called the kamanja, the more ancient way where the violin was played. And just after when people started walking with it, actually in parades, they picked it up to the shoulder. But I'm not sure you are all aware of that. But this is the Andalusian, the Moroccan, the traditional way to play the kamanja, the violin, how Said holds it. It has a different sound to it. I don't know if you see one of my favorite sounds. And we go back to Yahudu Muslimin, sorry. هذه هي الأرض المقدسة هذه هي الأرض المقدسة وعلاش نعيشوا في الترفيسة أجي نعملوا سلام وتزيان المعيشة يا اليهود المسلمين كونوا سلامين إسحاق وإسماعيل خلقهم رب العالمين يا اليهود المسلمين كونوا سلامين إسحاق وإسماعيل خلقهم رب العالمين يا محلى ديك الخليقة هاجر والسارة ومريم الصديقة بزختهم عايشين يفرجوا الصديقة يا اليهود مسلمين كونوا سلامين إسحاق وإسماعيل خلقهم رب العالمين يا اليهود مسلمين كونوا فاهمين إسحاق وإسماعيل خلقهم رب العالمين يا اليهود مسلمين كونوا فاهمين إسحاق وإسماعيل خلقهم رب العالمين. Thank you so much. Okay, I was thinking we move to some shabi, some maybe do dak al habib.
Of course.
Dak al habib is this is a song that was you need to tune. I'm sorry. So we need to tune the instruments. Say it. Okay. So yeah, it's in a memory of Haja Hamdawiya because this song is a song that belonged to Haja Hamdawiya. I'm not sure if she wrote it. Do you know, Shakib, if she wrote this song?
Yes, of course.
Yes. And Raymond Abekassis, which is a very, very famous singer from here, a Jewish singer from here, from Morocco, that is currently living in Israel, is very known for her version for this song, and I was also lucky enough to see her perform this song here in Morocco with Haja Hamdawiya, which just passed away about 2 weeks ago, and they were singing it together, and the crowd was just bursting. It was an incredible meeting to see them singing finally their song together that they're so known for. And it was amazing for me to see how Raymond, which had lived in Israel for many years, had such a strong, firm audience, such a loving audience here in Morocco. And this song is one of my favorite of hers. want to sing you a piyut that is especially for Shavuot, which is called Shochanet Basadeh. Shochanet Basadeh. Cantor Gali, do you know this piyut maybe?
I do not.
You do not?
I do not.
So it's by Shlomo Even Gvirol, which is, I think, the most famous poet and philosopher, one of the most famous Jewish philosopher and poet, was born in Malaga in Spain in the 11th century. And this song is used to sing by the Moroccan Jews in Shavuot. Shochanet Basadeh im Ahalei Kushan. And it's normally not played with instruments. So we've made a new arrangement for it, and I hope you will like it. So Shochanet. Okay. See, Ada.
Yes.
Yeah. Give me the tune. Sorry, we have
Just tuner with Saeed.
to tune again. حسك التيونر. Between a lot of makams. It's in the Andalusian word, it's called the nuba. So the where he plays with the violin is not always tuned the same, because the makam is the scale. The scales are different, so he needs to tune it each time for the song, and we apologize for that.
شوخانت بساده ایما هولی کشانان ایم دیل روش کرمل تپیل هر بشانانم تپیل هر بشان لگن اشر نحماس کلا سئی عین ورئی عروقته کینی ملئا شوشان کینی ملئا شوشان لگن اشر نحماس فلا سئی عین ورئی عروقته کینی ملئا شوشان کینی ملئا شوشان هوا نردالگان نخل مگادیم شام وبحك يفات عين نشكاب بقام نشان نشكاب
I want to. I wish I could see you. I see you a little bit. But thank you so much. So, do you all, some of you maybe know the chant that we sing in Pesach, not so long ago, בבהילו יצאנו ממצרים. يا وحيدة العسري, בבהילו יצאנו ממצרים. גלית, אני בטוחה I'm sure, I'm sorry, I'm speaking in Hebrew. So what we sing in Pesach, in the Moroccan tradition, בבהילו יצאנו ממצרים, which I'm sure Cantor Galit knows from her home, is a very, very exciting moment in the Erev Pesach, in the Seder, because we take the tray, it's the Pesach tray, and we lift it above the head of the Mesubin, and we sing this to each one. Okay, so this is a prayer, the Bivhilo Yatzanu Mimitzrayim. We sing to each one of the Mesubin, each one of the participants of the Leil Seder. And these two, amazingly enough, has the same version from the Ala Andalus, from the Andalusian tradition of Morocco, has the same melody in Arabic. And last year, when the Pesach was in the time of the Corona, and we couldn't do the Bivhilu for all of the guests and our family members and the people we love, I made a new version of this song, and I translated it also to Spanish. So the prayer for being free, which is actually we can say the symbolism, the idea of the holiday of being Bnei Chorin, what is freedom. So each one can pray and can say this text in its own language. So I'll be singing it in Hebrew, in Arabic, the Moroccan version, and in Spanish. And okay. يا وحيدة العسري في الجمال.
Okay.
בבהילו יצאנו ממצרים, בבהילו יצאנו ממצרים, הלחם עניה בני הורים, הלחם עניה בני يا وحيد العصر في الجمال، يا وحيد العصر في الجمال، وطلعة البدر في كمال، وطلعة البدر في كمال،
Thank you so much. I think this is the end. I would like to. I feel I would like to to hear you. If you have questions, well, you're very welcome to ask, and maybe there is a way to answer after. And I really want to thank you, Cantor Galit, and to wish you a happy holiday full of hope. And I hope you got a little bit of idea from this about this culture, about this beautiful Jewish tradition that we have here in Morocco, and to see you soon one day.
Thank you so very much for this taste of this beautiful music. It was certainly a pleasure for me, and I don't, you probably didn't see, but there was a lot of enthusiasm in the chat. People were expressing their love and curiosity, and everybody could do like a big physical like an applause or move your hips or clap your hands or whatever. But thank you so much. This was so wonderful and lovely and interesting, and I can't thank you enough. And I hope we will be able to do this again in the future and hear more of your story and hear more of your music. And this is wonderful. So a big round of applause. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Kib and
Thank you so much,
Saeed.
Tamar. Thank you so much.
Thank you to the musicians. Thank you so much. And I have to say, really, with all of the tensions in Israel, it's so lovely to see Jewish and Muslim musicians playing together so beautifully and making music together. And I really believe that that's how peace will come to the world eventually. I think musicians are going to bring peace to the world.
This is the way. We'll hope.
Yeah.
We're
So
trying.
we definitely very much appreciate this so very much. And I am going to say a shalom, salam to you guys. And our program is still long. So אני אפרד ממך ואנחנו נמשיך. So thank you so
Thank
very
you.
much.
Goodbye.
Thank you,
Happy
and we'll see you again
Shavuot.
soon. תודה רבה to everybody else in our תודה רבה Tamar. Thank you so much. To everybody else in the program, I'm going to pass it over right now to Barbara, our executive director. I'm going to stop the live stream and we're going to get some instructions about the remainder of the evening. I want to also say thank you to our sponsor, Gary. I don't know where he is, but Gary and Susan Adickman and the Family Foundation, thank you so much for your eternal support and your vision in making this program